Right, hello once again, YouTube. Sorry for the delay since the last episode. Recording the From the Depths review took up basically the whole of the recording time I had for that week, because I also had to render it and edit it. But we're back with some more From the Depths, and we're finally doing another subscriber crafts catch up. Hooray! Yes, sorry it's taken me so long. I was forgetting about it at first, and then when I actually wanted to do it, I had to do the review first, and that delayed it another week. But we're here. So, first of all, we've got another couple from the Dr. Krauser. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but we've got two. First of all, we've got the Gazel. This is, of course, shirt off of the craft that you guys have submitted. Some of these are on the workshop, some aren't. This one is one of the ones on the workshop. Going for a bit of a swim. Ironically enough, I say go for a bit of a swim. He's got his own pool, which is immediately an excellent start. Yeah, bit of a yacht, this one, if anything, more than a frigate. By the look of it, got 3 decks. Some very nicely done effects. But is it Dark Side of the Moon? The album that had like the light go through the prism. I think that's the one. Got like a few variants on it. In here we've got a bit of a lounge. Femboy Hooters, I see. Do we have one of those on board the really big ship? I have a feeling we might have. I guess it's a chain branch. Cat is clawing up my chair. Why are you doing this, cat? I'm trying to show off a ship here. This deck, we've got some little planters. Mostly planters. Oh, that's the same one. Wait, unless there's 2 of them. Hey, where are you going? I'm still looking at you. Got a nice command room, which I'm already in, apparently. Actually, yeah, hang on. If we're in it, I can do that, and then it won't matter if it moves around. Got these twin spectrum-looking cannons. I'm seeing an angle limiter there. Actually, what is it, this thing? Scatter lens. Oh, it is particle cannons. Okay. A lot of deco going on, so it's hard to tell. Rams? Rams? Don't see any rams. He done some visual shenanigans to hide them? And yes, he's got rams on board. In fact, apparently there's rams everywhere here, but I can't see them. Interesting. Lots of detection systems. Launchers. Let's do what we normally do. Right, we'll start spawning in crossbones. I feel like they're a little bit more resilient than a Marauder, and they give crafts a chance to show off their... Ow. I've just noticed it launch every missile at once. I was going to say show off their LAM systems and defences. Of which this actually does not seem to have a huge amount. Let's see. Certainly putting up an attempt at a fight. He's got torpedoes as well, which I had not realised. Got to check the underside. I really should put God mode on. Just realised that's probably something I should do when I show these off. Look at that. So we can show the craft off, but they're not actually at risk of dying. We're still going to see what their defences will do. Also, sorry about how loud this is. I think that happened with the review. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know that I'd recommend every single missile firing at once, for exactly the reason you've seen there. Theoretically, it'd be harder for Seawiz to overwhelm it if there's every missile coming out at once. But in practicality, what it does is set off every other missile if a single one gets stopped. So yeah, it seems to have a reasonable little bit of firepower. Aesthetic's great, as usual. Is this actually a detection system? Oh, it's a launcher! Excellent. Still, small ship, very nice. Is it going to ram him? Go on, collide into him, you know you want it. In fact, what are you doing? I'm controlling it, I can make it ram. Get him. Might spend a little bit longer looking at some of these crafts this time as well. Oh, yeah, there's definitely some rams on the front of that, judging by the chunk it took out of it. Is there like some ramming lasers or something? I don't know how he's hidden the, I'm assuming he anyway, given the name he's gave, but I don't know how they've hidden the rams. That's kind of interesting. Next to those, another one, the Gaiman class Mega Hover Tank. Bit of double pun, both with the obvious and also the crocodile, or small crocodile type creature of the same name. This looks like a is it the Marabunta? The oh, it's the twin guard craft with the 2 arms at the front. Oh, it's a hover vehicle. More rainbows underneath, of course. Rainbow particle broadside. Oh, lamb. Ah, these are lamb systems. Ah, very cute. You could bet they're coloured. There's this little rotating segment, very cute. The deco, I'm guessing these are more particle cannons? Yep, scatter lasers. Scatter lenses even. I like the sort of hypno pattern, that's quite cute. I'm surprised those don't spin as well, although maybe there's probably no space for it now, think about it. Is this locked at this angle? Does this whole section pivot? Ah, yeah, this whole section pivots by the look of it. Do like that as the deco, the generator parts. Yeah, oh, it's like a Millennium Falcon back here, but smokier. This here, what is this? It's a laser turret of some sort. Okay, little AA laser maybe. Crossbones time. Reload. Oh! Clipping the audio on the mic and deafening the game. Noticing EMP, we'll have a look at its internals in a minute as well. Yeah, this is doing quite a lot more damage a lot quicker, especially with that huge alpha strike. I'm seeing large torpedoes being ejected out the sides. The laser munition system stopped one of those rounds, but not all of them, so it looks like it's got a reasonably powerful one. Crown rounds are not the easiest thing to stop by any means. Yeah, the torpedoes are definitely quite beefy. The cannons, the energy cannons probably are, but it's a bit hard to tell because they seem to have quite a low fire rate. I'm guessing they're going for overall power over rate of fire or sustained damage. Speaking of, there they are again. Yeah, it's just deleted one of the turrets. Yeah, it looks like they're pretty powerful as well. I'd see some EMP as well. Firepower-wise, not lacking for much. Smoke-wise, yeah, the smoking. What's got working cameras? So we've got like supercomputer bank. This is a more serious-looking bridge than he's built on most of them, but very functional, very nice, very decoed. Is there much of an interior on this one, or is this more of a serious combat ship? Turbines, is it? Wait a minute. I guess this is the brainwashing hat? Or the torture chair? I don't know what's going on here. Big blood. Yeah, someone's been bleeding on it. And the spooky music. Oh, I looked too closely at that one. I like how this is what he made space for, though, out of everything that could possibly have been there. Oh, that's the bridge again. Tell you what. Use the P-view. Just that room, is it just the chair room in this bit? So the answer is a yes. Okay, so a little bit less... What the heck? Is this just entirely heavy armor? What's going on here? What kind of defense... What kind of attack were you expecting that you've got that much heavy armor on it? I think it's just a solid mass. It must be costing an absolute fortune in fuel to keep this thing alight. Float even. It is shielding the laser systems. They should be almost impossible to knock out, but Christ, that's expensive armor. So, yeah, it's over 3 million. It's almost 4 million. Why me? Well, interesting. Chair is slightly concerning. Don't know what's going on there. Right. Sky Shark. I should probably add some context to this. So this is Cringe's baby. Technically, he's put quite a few versions up, but I believe this is the most up-to-date one, because it's the one off the... off the... We'll have a look at that in a sec. Off the, Brain Discord. So I actually helped a little bit with this one. Well, I didn't help so much with the Sky Shark, but this weapon system here I actually built. We'll see what it does when an enemy actually shows up. But yeah, I believe this is a flying version of it, but this is meant to be a... I believe, from what I remember about it, it's a prototype Steel Strider ship, or at least it's meant to be, that's testing a bunch of different weapon systems, hence why it's got a very random collection. And the way they actually did it was everyone on the server built a bit. I like the radar. Oh, godly mode. Crossbones. I know one of the things this does, and I know he also put some stuff on the inside, but... Is my weapon going to do its thing? Hey, there it goes. Yeah, a little pop-up missile launcher. Still purpose, too. Oh. Seems to be having a bit of trouble lifting up. Or is it not going to? Not sure why it isn't lifting up, but you might need to have a look at that. LAM system, actually, I just saw defeating a few of those shells there, so LAM's is good. Firepower is very difficult to evaluate because of the sheer variety. Oh, there it goes. Oh, to get to like takeoff speed first. Is that the idea? Wait, it's got something on the bottom. Comment. This is a blank comment on it. I'm guessing that's there by accident. Yeah, it's got thrusters on the undersides. It's got extras apart from just these lift ones. Oh, it's got a cannon on the underside as well. Oh, that's sneaky. Dropping something out the bottom. I'm willing to bet that's torpedoes. It's dropping again. Does it just do like leaps? Is that the idea? Does it do like quick hops out of the water and then land again? That's kind of interesting. It's actually not something I've seen for an evasive system. Yeah, look at the lambs go. Those are advanced cannons that was stopping there. Yeah, harder to stop than crams usually. Very nice. Yeah, normally this thing is proper Steel Strider's colours too, although of course it's faction colours, so it'll change a bit. And this is a bit of a difference from the Doctor's usually pre-deco. Pre-deco? I don't know if that's the right word for it, but fixed deco colours, I suppose. That doesn't look quite right. Or are these torpedoes? It's just got a different launcher on each side. Might be something wrong with the launchers. They can't sustain damage. Yeah, it's a bit weird going on with that missile launch there, but it's a weird craft. Can't expect it. I love the spinning turbines as well. Sky sharp, but yes. Very nice cringe. Now, what we've actually had a few of this week is, I assume by the name MBT, we're going to need to be on land to show this one off, is Solid Pickle. Well, I say this week, however long it's been since the last one. He's actually submitted the budget stuff this time. Like a lot, actually. So. The first one is, and I think this might be another fan build, although Pickle's not normally the one that builds these, so that's interesting. Try the name at least. Meteor MBT, although it could be something else. No, it's definitely a little nod. Ooh. It's sleek looking. I should mention the second IORC. It's something I am very much considering doing, and it is planned to be a shmup. This would, ironic enough, if they were the bad guys, this would be a very fitting like moot tank, the sort of thing you'd like shoot millions of. So, handling. Ooh, takes a little bit to come back around. In fact, or is that just the game's? Okay, no, it doesn't turn its speed tremendously well. Hello? You gonna turn? Okay, it's From the Depths not picking up the inputs. Yeah, something about From the Depths input system doesn't seem to work tremendously well at the moment. It's not always the most reliable at actually picking up your input, and then sometimes, like that, it cancels it. I was still holding the button down. Might be because the AI fighting it. It does have a 3-barrel turret. Fire rate is lowish, but it's firing 3 shots each time. I like the Predator tank looking turret. I actually do like the shape and look of this thing. Decently thick armor, a bit of rubber in there. Are these by any chance something like direct input, or are there loaders hidden in the middle somewhere? No, it's got little magazines at the bottom. Keep firing. It'll take a little bit longer to look at these because I've sometimes been a bit quick, but it's been ages, so I feel like each craft deserves a little bit more of a look in today. They are 111mm saber rounds. Pretty good armor piercing. That should punch through a meter of metal without any trouble. Probably a bit longer. Yeah. Very nice. It's fitting looks wise. The green is slightly dark, but for a tank that kind of fits. It's more like a neon-y green, but it's got, I noticed the water tank been replaced with an actual fuel tank. Very cute. It's also kind of looks like it's spraying water out the back, which, given the real one is a fire extinguisher, that's a cute little touch. I'd only just realised that's what was going on there. Yeah, very nice. I like this. I am extremely biased towards fan stuff for my own game, but understandable, really. Right, next up, we're back to cringe. I tried to do these in order. No submission, even if that means we bounce back and forth. This is the Wrath of Helix, or the KAF. KAAF. It is mentioned to still be a work in progress, but it's looking pretty nice. I'm guessing it is specifically designed as an airship because it's flying. Got some cannons. Sorry, not cannons, railguns. They're quite quiet, actually. Are these firing, like, primarily railguns? Squash heads. No, it is gunpowder casing. I like the sound they make when they fire. It's weirdly quiet. These nice big props. I guess that's an upside down turret well, or is that... Ah, that's going to be a turret, I think. The man on the roof. Huge engines, jeez. Running off this one thing. Power generated. Is that a case of that could be using more steam than it actually is? Looks like they're... Oh, no. Oh, it's increasing, actually. Okay, so it might... No, okay, so yeah, it's maybe a bit short on steam. I'm not an expert at this at all, but I might recommend beefing up the generator. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, actually... if it needs more power, if it doesn't, it's fine. One of the things I mentioned back in the review was mentioning the game would become very stale. I said it very much feels like it needs a new mechanic. I should probably mention this while I'm thinking about it, and I'm on from the depths. Apparently, Plasma's not dead. Apparently, there was an announcement a day after April Fool's saying Plasma's real, it's in development. So, yeah, bit of good news on that one. Apparently, we might indeed be getting some more Plasma. Now, one of these is apparently a tank. I don't know if the others are. I reckon one of them might be an aircraft. But we're back to Solid Pickle. Again, he submitted quite a lot this week. So the Media Buster Anti-Ship Missile. Ah! He's taken the aesthetics and he's turned it into a cruise missile. I see. Very cute. What's inside this thing? Is it a nuke? What is a? I think it is a nuke. No, is that a, that's a wireless snooper. Let's load in a desert boa. Is nice and big, I think. I'm not thinking of the wrong machine. Train. Go, cruise missile. Ooh! Steady flyer. Going for a very small target. Look at that. Not too much needs saying on that one, really. A very agile cruise missile. I thought it was going to smash into the ground, but it was all good. Very nice. And a very familiar paint job. Then we have the Veltus... Vergeltungshof for Alferung E? I'm not going to pretend I can pronounce that. Oh, I see. This is like a, Is this a V1? Is that like the proper name for a V1 flying bomb? Hang on, I'm going to quickly Google this. See what a V1 looks like very quickly. This sure looks like one. Ah, okay. It's quite close, but the V1 only has one engine. It's like a twin-engine V1. That's kind of interesting. Zoom. This one actually dives its target. Yeah, not too much any saying on that one either. It's a guided version of a V1 with a pretty accurate, hit rate. At least from that initial test, it hit something quite small that was moving. Next up, one just called Decorations Are Fun. Hello? This thing? I've lost it. Hello? I've lost it. Where is it? Is that it? Alright. Delete everything. Reload it. They said it was a tank, right? Nani? What? Oh, it's Have you done this deliberately? Hang on. What is this? I literally can't see it. Is this some kind of decoration thing you've done? I don't know what he's done here, and I don't even know if this is intentional. But he appears to have made a stealth vehicle so effective, I literally cannot see it. Unless I am a certain distance away, and then I can't make out what it is, because it's not loaded in fully. 10 out of 10 craft. Literally can't find anything to complain about, because I also cannot find it. Was that what that was meant to do? I genuinely don't know. Fascinating. Well, teleport out to the lake. As we've got a ship from Mephistopheles. Up next is the... what is it? It is the Bullior Protected Cruiser, and there's also a Cram refit, so I'll load them both in because I assume they're going to be quite similar. Yeah, in fact, there's a thing where he says if I was feeling really silly, I'd stuff quad crams into the turrets. And it just says at the next one, now with the derpiest cram cannons you've ever seen. What on earth is this AA mount? Okay, hang on. Yeah, okay, so I think they are the same ship. So, it's very much a... I think Temple Home is the right class of ship for this, something like this. Old styley, sort of World War One, pre-World War One style ship. Mostly. You've got these quad barrel guns on the front. With some nice deco on them. What are you firing? Armor piercing, HE. They're both called SAP HE, but semi-armor piercing? It's probably semi-armor piercing. These neat little covers on the funnels. And yeah, a second turret. And the most AA I've ever seen on a vessel this size. Like, wow. That way it's protected? Are these just meant to be representing autocannons of some sort? I could not tell you. Yeah, so then meanwhile, on the other end, we've got the Cram version, which is firing, I'm guessing, APHE. Look at those stats. Yeah, and it's replaced all the bottom AA mounts with extra Cram turrets. The only problem here is I cannot spawn... Aside from the collision that's about to happen, let's donk. Let's spawn a land marauder, that's probably the closest thing to a ship I could do here. Or a couple even. Yeah, they've got slightly stuck on each other. If I put this one into full reverse, just separate the two. The two land marauders are crested to each other now. Like fairly medium or lowish gauge Cram, if anything, I would say. Damage output seems pretty substantial, though. It's pretty reasonable, anyway. I also spawned some aircraft in, because it looks like they've got a lot of AA. I've been to see how well they actually do in practice. Quite heavily angle limited, but that's probably for the best. It's not shooting itself. They look good as a little formation. A little pair. And the Cram volley. Can't actually see the Cram rounds, which is interesting. Just the line. Is that because we're undergraded? I think we're undergraded. Either way, very nice. Couple of very traditional looking warships. We'll spawn some planes in quickly and see if it... Yeah, it goes for them. Give it a little duster squadron. Are they going to prioritise? Oh, yeah. The Cram cannon's going to prioritise them. Interesting choice. And actually hit one. Cram AA. Now there's a new one. There we go. There's the AA. Prioritising. They look quite good in action. They do tilt a bit, but they're called tumble homes. That's probably for a reason. The audience is now deaf. Right. Very nice. Next up we have Solid Pickle's PT-37 refit. Is that torpedo boat like PT? Yes, this does look like a PT boat actually. This looks a little bit like the one out of Thunderbirds. This actually does look a little bit like the one out of Thunderbirds if you took the lid off the back. Painted it black rather than sort of camo blue. Oh. It looked like it fired a cruise missile, but it also looked like it just shot off into the ground. Tell you what. Spawn an industrial strike, so let's probably have a look at the gun as well, and also put it on. Well, it's called it a V4 on this, so it is probably meant to be based on a V2. This gun is firing, I guess, dual purpose? AP... no. AP EMP. Pen depth and tracer. Interesting choice. Oh, we've got missiles as well. The most modern ship we've had. Today, at least. Harpoons? It's got harpoons on it. At least on one of them. have no idea where its little flying bomb went. EMP frag. I think I heard about those. Weren't they supposed to be quite scary? Like the frags transmit EMP as well or something? No, I don't think it was AP frag. EMP frag, but quite stable. It looks like it ought to have fallen over a few times already, but it seems to be holding steady. I wonder if they've got like a jet stabilization in it that I can't see. Missiles are actually having a little bit of trouble finding their target, though. It's a little interesting. Dusters aren't the biggest thing in the world, but... Or are they, like, actively evading? No, their guidance just seems a little bit weird. Interesting. Maybe they're meant for more light anti-shipping duty than anti-air. Or intercepting missiles, maybe? No, wait, it's EMP frag. It wouldn't be intercepting. It is anti-something, definitely. Sky Shark. Another one from Mecha. Now onto... yes, the Sentinel. I remember this. So this was, I believe he said, inspired a little bit by the Hilda. Oh god, ow, so loud. And you can tell a little bit because of these launcher pods. Oh, they rotate ants in that. Yes, it's the same sort of idea. A central core, shields, like all docked on, and then the two missile pods. Okay, of course, yeah, so the shields will intercept of the incoming fire. I probably put it against the wrong sort of target, given these things are fast moving, but yeah, of course, the advantage of a design like this is that you can have repair tentacles and they'll actually do something to your own craft. They even call them bits, I noticed. Shield bit. Oh, hi, Mars! Very cute. I see what you've done there. I want to see this thing self-repair in practice. These things hit quite hard for being dusters. They will die immediately if they're actually hit, but they might be too fast for these missiles. I might have chosen a bad target to show them off on. Or maybe not. It's crossed over their path. Yeah, no, I was going to say. What are these missiles? They're interesting looking. He's decoed them a little bit. What's in the missile tube? Friends frag. Pure frag. Oh wait. Very nice. I had noticed the little... No. Let's put Guardian mode on now. No more damage. You get the repair. Yes, it's got a little bit of a Gundam looking head. Gundam penguin with a monocle. I don't know how to describe it, but I do like it. I think he's used like a text display to do the there's a targeting reticule there, which I quite like. It's interesting that it sort of flies at a weird angle. Yeah, he did say like he wasn't quite sure if it was technically an improved Hilda or not, because he wasn't so sure about the shields. I can kind of see why. I'm not sure why it's still taking damage with some godly mode, but I think he said the shields maybe weren't as good, or they didn't seem to cover as well because they moved more, or just because they're a bit smaller. But the Hilda had a slight advantage there in that it was designed to fight on a near horizontal plane, so it was a bit easier to shield it. Very nice though. Next up, from Solid Pickle, we have a fairly self-explanatory design that I'm going to spawn a nice large target for. I guess he's been... and Solid's been submitting a lot this week, which is the nuclear torpedo. I'm assuming this still works in the air. No, it is actually seabound. Okay. Whoops. You are now the Sea Land Marauder, and I'm going to spawn another torpedo. I don't know if something else is meant to spawn these, or whether they're self-guided, or what, but I'm assuming they can run themselves. Yes. What is going on with that torpedo propeller? Is that just deco, or is that a... No, it is a propeller. It's just... You guys are seeing this, right? It's just sort of jittering. Or is it spinning so fast I can't see it? I have no idea what's going on there. At least underwater it has a nice little bubble trail, but that doesn't really seem to come to the surface. Guidance is... Oh, it is functional. I was about to say a bit janky, but... Well, you know what? That's actually quite realistic. Real-world torpedoes were not necessarily known in World War II, at least for their success rate. We'll just give them a little bit of a hand. Yeah, that does a fair bit of damage. Maybe something's wrong with the propeller, because that was moving very slow. It might have been it was meant to bonk on enough to break it and set it off, but... Apparently you did some variant pods for the Sentinel as well. But yeah. That's everything that's been submitted since the last one. It's probably been a little bit quiet past that point, because I haven't done any from the deck for a little bit, apart from the review. Again, sorry that took up a whole week's worth of episodes, but people seem to have liked it. So it must have been reasonably okay. I think I was working on something, right? Or did I call it something else and that's why I can't find it? Oh yeah! Yeah, this little thing that I've been... might as well show this off a little bit now. It's a little thing I've been... No, that's not the right... That is the right sort of thing, but that is not the right one. Hang on. God, where did I save this thing? Here's a little setting I want to show off because it's relating to a tournament I'm thinking about running quite soon. I'd like to do another one. It was quite fun doing the first one. I just have to find it. Pretty sure it's in something like off-time builds, but I don't actually know where that folder has ended up. It's not this one. Did I just save it under tournament, or is it in old ships? Ah, it's probably in old ships, isn't it? Free-time builds. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so some other people on the server would have seen this thing. Yes, I figure... Yeah, why not? I'll give you guys at least the basic idea of what the tournament's going to be. I think I might as well make this official. I'll put some rules up sometime soon, within the next 2 weeks, on the Discord, or at least I'll try and get it to be in the next 2 weeks. So the idea for this tournament would be, it's meant to be a space fighter tournament, and I'm taking a bit of inspiration from Macross. You guys haven't seen it. Anime very much featuring jet fighters. They normally transform. Don't think we're going to worry about that for this, but bonus points if you can do it. That are specialised specifically in missiles. So if we spawn a Unroller down there. Yeah. Yeah, one thing Macross is known for is its missile spam, and that's kind of the theme I'm thinking of going for this tournament. So the way I'm thinking we'll do it, this is a rough rules thing. I'll write up a proper rules doc, share it on the Discord. You will have to build a space fighter. It has ideally, it won't even be ideally. It has to look at least something like a real plane aesthetically. I don't want any like hover boxes or whatever. Main armament will be missiles. You'll be allowed 2 small advanced cannons. I'll come up with the exact spec, but that'll be it. Maybe 1 on a turret I might allow, but I'm debating that. Your 1 defense type is missiles. Your only armor type will probably just be alloy, though I might make a small exception for ERA and what is it called? Complete panels. I like the idea that it's like this is the metal we've got. You've got to build them light and fast and evasive. And your countermeasures will only be missiles as well. So leads and things, no problem. But speed is going to be the main thing that saves you. Combat altitude will be 12,000 meters, 1,200 meters. Sorry, I should say. So you're building for space. You're using ion engines. I'm not even going to allow jets. You're going to be building ion. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, hopefully I'll start giving you guys some ideas. I might even potentially do a limit that you have to put your AI in the cockpit for the plane. That's what I've done here. Cost limit will actually be quite high. Volume limit will not be enormous. I might be tempted to limit it to something like 12,000 and maybe like 60,000 for the fighter. So you'll have a reasonable amount of money, but your actual craft will be quite small. I might even potentially go to like 75,000, but keep the 1,200 volume limit. So you've got lots of money for armament, but small craft. But yes, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Thank you for sending in your crafts, everyone. I'm still happy to take more submissions. Just a little bit slow at the moment on getting to them. And yeah, See you guys in the next one. Goodbye. That marauder might be in trouble.